updated as they can be.
Our government,
Street Report is here to make sense of it all. Street Report is causing social change across your streets, in your community. Street Report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanish, as our number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Apple 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds
in your face.
On your mass in the corner,
24/7, 24/7.
Nafana, Nawa, Namon,
Mama Kosedu Agwaptal Maria.
Owetri Meseni Kenke Monso.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Gracio Sebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next Tiboroni. Others in God's one forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason Nnamdikanu. Rebala Ndigbo. Kita Namano. Amen.
Nyaju Odibowani Kosebruwa.
Korere Bukisiku.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Gracia. Osebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next Tiboroni. Others in God's one forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason Nnamdikanu. Rebala Ndigbo. Kita Namano. Amen.
Okwe Melaro.
Owebinelani.
Ekene Maria Egyptel na Gracia. Osebru Ananyeli. Eden God's next Tiboroni. Others in God's one forgive Jesu.
Maria Jason Nnamdikanu. Rebala Ndigbo. Kita Namano. Amen.
Jabalanya yo onne nke Chukwu jaso. Ayo. Anyị na-arịọ gị o Chukwu kerenye Gracia n'ime obi anyị ka anyị bụ ndị nje butere ozi ọma wee mara iwelara Kristi nwa anyị site n'afọ ya na obi ya wee bata n'osite na mbilite n'ọnwụ ya site na Kristi dị nwere anyị. Amen. Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Otito dịrị Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Etu ọ dị n'izu na nkịta na ebo niile n'ụwa ebebe. Amen.
Ka mkpụrụ obi ndị niile kwerenụ gara aga
site n'ekpere nke Chukwu ka ha zuru ike na ndokwa.
ka mkpụrụ obi fa zuru ike na ndokwa.
Amen.
onye nwe anyị nọnyere ụnụ.
Nọnyekwara mmụọ gị.
Ka Chineke ji ike niile gọzie ụnụ, Nna na Nwa na Mmụọ Nsọ.
Amen.
Ekpere a bịara gị site na nkwado ndị Love Bite Foods and Beverages Limited Nnobi, ndị na-alụpụta Love Bite Bread nọ na nọmba 1 Nwotu Mmadụka Close, Umuru Nnobi, 081-4982-8254. Ebonadi FM, 24 hours of informative, educative, and entertainment programs. Can't stop, won't stop. On Ebonadi 103.5 FM.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actuality.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
You can as well listen online via mixlr.com/gistfm.
Good evening and welcome to one at the 103.5 FM News Update. Today, Monday, the 28th day of August 2023, and the time is 3 minutes past the hour of 6. Martin Ifanshuku Ekeze is my name. The headlines. Anambra cleric decries the effect of subsidy removal on church activities. Alleged death of ISUT students over management negligence is fabricated, fake, says Enugu government. Lawmaker urges Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu as gift to Ndigbo. Enugu government warns petrol stations against meter adjustment. Zimbabwe's opposition claims victory, disputing president's re-election. Now, details. Anambra cleric decries the effect of subsidy removal on church activities. Lateness to church activities have been attributed to the effect of fuel subsidy removal by the federal government as the effect continues to bite harder on the populace. Reverend Father Jeremiah of St. Martin Hilltop Parish, Abagana, said that the effect must have affected the confidence people have in God due to the current hardship, though the African time culture have always been part of our society. Even before the fuel subsidy removal, the priest insisted that the effect of fuel subsidy removal affects the lateness of Mass in St. Martin Hilltop Parish, Abagana. Take a listen to this report.
A Catholic priest who came late for Mass in irony admonished the congregation to take their resources very serious in his sermon. Reverend Father Jeremiah Ikezue advised people to take their means of livelihood very serious. The priest, whose sound preaching experienced mishaps as the Mass scheduled for 9 o'clock a.m. at St. Martin Hilltop Catholic Parish, Abagan, began by 9:45 a.m. amid struggle with microphone and sound system. The priest explained the reason for the lateness. However, he blamed the lateness on effect of fuel subsidy removal on the populace. He lamented that a lot of people have lost hope in God due to too much hardship, as he dismisses the 5 billion naira palliative the federal government granted each state in Nigeria as of no effect on the populace.
The ongoing fuel subsidy, fuel subsidy removal has caused a lot of hardship for people. And a hungry man is an angry man. When people are angry, or when people are hungry, it will definitely affect all they do. The normal life activities are affected. So it may also affect their participation in the worship of God. Because of the situation and challenges that are facing at home. So all these things are happening. The fact where they have their direct effect is in the families. The way people live their life in family, the expectations, not anything wrong with the expectations, and the anxiety. Especially now, people are providing the road life to school. So parents are faced with a lot of challenges. For me, that money, that plan is not workable. It's not workable. how many amount will every person get, and when you check it practically and apply it to the cost of living, what people are facing. So now that plan, I don't know how they come to that conclusion.
From St. Martin Hilltop Parish, Abagana, Martin Epanjuku Ekezie reporting.
In other news, alleged death of ASUT students over management negligence is fabricated, fake, says Enugu government. The Enugu state government has described the report of the sudden death of students of Enugu State University of Science and Technology, ASUT, Abani, over alleged negligence of the institution as fake and fabricated. This was as the state governor, Dr. Peter Mba, assured that a thorough investigation into the matter was ongoing, stressing that his administration was ever committed to a continued safe and better learning environment at the institution. Speaking yesterday during a visit to ESUT, the governor, who was represented by the secretary to the state government, SSG, Professor Chidiebere Onya, said the government was genuinely concerned about the welfare of students. Hence, the decision to go beyond the report of the Commissioner for Health, Professor Emmanuel Obi, who was earlier directed to do a stringent investigation of the institution and its medical facility, to additionally visit the institution for a first-hand assessment of the situation. On his part, the Commissioner for Health, Professor Emmanuel Obi, described the rumor of students' death in the university campus as one of the unverified reports on the social media, stressing that people who had no experience on health rushed to the social media to push the falsehood. In his account, the Vice Chancellor of ESUT, Professor Aloysius Okolie, linked the fake news to the outcome of the July 17, 2023 election of ESUT chapter of National Association of Nigerian Students, saying some students who lost out protested their loss and decided to resort to fake news and blackmail against the institution. Lawmaker urges Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu as gift to Ndigbo. Rep. Amobi, Oga Labour Party Abia has pleaded with President Bola Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu as a gift to the people of southeastern Nigeria. Oga, member representing Ishukwuato Umunoshi, Federal Constituency of Abia in the House of Representatives, made the appeal in a statement in Abuja on Monday. According to him, the insecurity in the southeast region is due to the prolonged detention of the proscribed IPOB leader. The president should release him as a show of love to Ndigbo. Oga said Kanu's release would expose criminal gangs using the detention to cover their acts of terrorism in the southeast. He noted that the president had done so much, but added that the only point of disagreement was the issue of giving only 5 ministers to the entire southeast. He appealed to the president to balance it to show he really loved Ndigbo, as well as release Kanu so that insecurity in the southeast would reduce. The issue now is that we don't even know those who are behind the insecurity in the southeast. IPOB will tell you they are not the one. Eastern Security Network will tell you they are not involved. But some will say the reason is because they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. So my prayer to Mr. President is that he should give Kanu to us as a gift, he said. Enugu government wants petrol stations against meter adjustment. The Enugu state government has warned petrol stations against engaging in meter adjustments and other practices to shortchange consumers of petroleum products, bowing to sale facilities of defaulters. The Commissioner for Special Duties, Emeka Ajogu, disclosed this on Friday during an unscheduled tour of filling stations in Enugu metropolis. Mr. Ajogu said the state government would not tolerate petroleum products marketers short changing consumers by dispensing fuel quantities lower than what they paid for. The commissioner expressed sadness that all the 15 petrol stations he visited did not have an accurate metering system, explaining that the visits followed complaints from residents and motorists about the sharp practices at petrol stations across the state. He asked the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter, to call their members to order, stressing the government would sanction defaulters henceforth. For every 20 liters of fuel Enugu residents bought, they were shortchanged to the tune of 765 naira, 702 naira, 682 naira, 575 naira, 441 naira, 480 naira, and 256 naira. He said we view this as both ungodly and pure economic sabotage. Mr. Ajogu said the administration of Governor Pitamba of Enugu State remain committed to boosting productivity as well as making life better for the people of the state. Now we move over to the foreign scene. Zimbabwe's opposition claims victory, disputing president's re-election. Zimbabwe's opposition leader Nelson Chamisa contested the official re-election of President Emerson Mnangagwa and claimed the victory in an election which international observers say fell short of democratic standards. Mnangagwa won a second term with 52.6% of the ballots against 44% for his main challenger, Chamisa, 45, according to official results announced late Saturday by the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission, ZEC. The Opposition Citizens Coalition for Change, CCC, refused to ratify the results, asserting that they were false. We have won this election. We are the leaders. We are even surprised by Mnangagwa has been declared a leader. Chamisa, a lawyer and pastor who heads the CCC, told a press conference in the capital, Harare. Zimbabweans voted Wednesday and Thursday for a president and new parliament in polling marred by delays that sparked opposition accusations of rigging and voter suppression. This is where we draw the curtain on news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Anambra cleric decries the effect of subsidy removal on church activities. Alleged death of ESUT students over management negligence is fabricated, fake, says Enugu government. Lawmaker urges Tinubu to release Nnamdi Kanu as gift to Ndigbo. Enugu government warns of petrol stations against meter adjustment. Zimbabwe's opposition claims a victory, disputing president's re-election. You just listened to news update on Ebona, the 103.5 FM news, produced and read by Martin Efanshuku Ikeze. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM immediately after Angelus, 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebona, the FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are hoping for a new Nigeria,
you can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebona the FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
Our government,
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is forcing social change across your streets. In your community, Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Efanshuku number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebona 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds
In your face.
on Emas and Ebona the corner
24/7. 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! Morning Drive on 103.5 Bona DFM, keeping your morning engaging as we take you through the smoothest ride on radio
from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
Getting your morning inspired, be informed, let's interact only on the Morning Drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta,
and Christy Efni Emenari, aka Classy.
from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the Morning Drive.
103.5 FM.
You guys like, subscribe, and share.
I don't want like any day.